There was once a time where the Blue Bomber had games releasing really fucking often, but these days, the opposite is true. Mega Man 11 is the first new Mega Man game in quite some time, so with Capcom back making Mega Man games again, will this one make you happy to see the return of the Blue Bomber? Or will it make you
Cry like an anime fan on prom night.
Just to give a bit of a backstory, I've played pretty much every classic Mega Man game, but next to none of the spin-offs. That means no Mega Man Soccer or Mega Man in Base. I did play a ton of Mega Man X and the Battle Network games as well, but pretty much nothing else outside of those three pillars of Mega Man, as I didn't really touch Star Force or Legends. I mean, technically I did play Legends, but that was like only the prologue of the very first game, and that's it. So as far as I'm concerned, I didn't really touch a Legends game. Mega Man 11, however, is going back to classic Mega Man, but with some new mechanics thrown in and a new updated look to sort of make it look more modern, more up to date with 2018. When I first saw the art style of the game back when it was first revealed, I thought it looked great, despite some people online saying it looked like that one game we don't talk about anymore. Personally, I thought the visuals looked really nice, and I still do feel this way after finally getting my hands on the game. Nothing in particular really looked bad, I have to say, and it just all meshed really well together in an art style that felt fitting for Mega Man. Voice acting is, well, not the best, but realistically nobody really plays Mega Man for a deep narrative. All you need to know is this: Dr. Wily is at it again and Mega Man needs to stop him. Everything else doesn't really matter. The only funny thing I thought was Roll's voice sounds like it's coming from someone a tad bit older than she looks. That didn't affect my experience with the game though, it's just something I thought was kind of funny. As per usual, you have 8 Robot Masters to start the game with, and also as usual, there is pretty much a path if you want to utilize everyone's weaknesses. If you've played any classic Mega Man game, you pretty much know what to expect from here. The levels for each boss themselves are all pretty well made, I gotta say, with the exception of Bounce Man's. His stage just kinda sucks. It's more frustrating than fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, difficulty and Mega Man go hand in hand, but I think the design of this level in particular is just poorly done than anything else. The difficulty overall in the game feels like what any other classic Mega Man game might feel like, as long as you play normal. See, Mega Man 11 introduces difficulties into the mix. I assume to try and get a more casual crowd into the game, and I do believe Mega Man 10 had something similar, but not exactly the same. I know some hardcore retro Mega Man fans have been very vocal about this particular topic, and very much against this. But personally, I don't mind it at all. I think the normal mode provides what old school fans were expecting while not completely making the series exclusive to hardcore players. Then again, difficulty in games were never something I cared too much about or actively looked for, so maybe it's something I just won't understand, but I feel it's something that's nice to have. I think, if anything, Mega Man benefits from having difficulty options. The music of Mega Man 11 is good. It's about what you expect, with maybe at most 2 songs I found myself humming to when away from the game, specifically being Blockman Stage and the main theme. Ask me about pretty much any other song from the game and chances are I will not remember them. The way I look at it, I think Mega Man 11 has a decent soundtrack. Nothing that I will specifically choose to listen to when I'm away from the game, but it does have 2 tracks that manage to stay on my mind, so I'd say good enough, it did the job. The game is really short though, but then again, so is pretty much every Mega Man game. If you're looking to get more playtime out of this game, there is a challenge mode you can try your hand in. Or maybe you want something different, maybe get really good at the game in particular. Try to beat it on the hardest difficulty then. Chances are you didn't beat the game on the hardest difficulty, as I'm pretty sure it's locked from the start until you beat the game for the first time. So why not try doing that? Because honestly, if you decided to beat the game and pretty much do nothing else, you're looking at about 4 hours of total playtime, which isn't very long by any standards. There honestly isn't much to say about Mega Man 11. It's pretty much what you expect, a solid, classic Mega Man title in nearly every way. The double gear mechanic does keep things fresh by providing you with extra damage or slowing down time, both even if you're near death. but for the most part, it's pretty familiar territory. Overall, I think it's a good game, with great level design for the most part, interesting and fresh mechanics, good music, and fun platforming. I give Mega Man 11 an 8 out of 10. While it is very short and lacking in content, the content it does have is very well made. I just wish the game did, I don't know, more to change up the formula a bit, as it feels like a nostalgic return than anything else. Mind you, the double gear mechanic is great and does change it up a bit, but I kind of wanted to see more things like it, maybe in an upcoming title. But where exactly would I personally rank Mega Man 11 in the pantheon of the classic games? It's kind of hard to say, since for the most part, I haven't played most of the games in years. So, you know, Mega Man 11 is still fresh in my mind. It wouldn't really be fair to compare them necessarily. So I don't want to give it a specific rank among them due to this, but as of now, I do feel that Mega Man 11 is at the very least on the top half of the games. Maybe somewhere in the top 6 or so. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for the video, everyone. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more reviews, and hell, maybe request something. I gotta try and do these things kind of more often. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.